The man responsible for cleaning the laboratories, despite the scientists' warning not to touch anything, gives in to his curiosity and approaches the man undergoing an experiment. In a moment of panic caused by the man's sudden movement, he accidentally bumps into the surrounding equipment. The pulse of the man being experimented on disappears, and the janitor, in an attempt to revive him, performs CPR but ends up breaking the subject's rib cage and his hands go inside the chest cavity. Suddenly, the subject comes back to life and starts attacking the janitor. Meanwhile, the scientist is trying to get food from the vending machine, unaware that there is no one available to help him. The janitor, who has turned into a zombie due to being infected by the virus, attacks the scientist, who is unaware of everything that has happened. While the two young scouts were discussing scouting, a deer suddenly appeared in front of them, and they accidentally collided with the deer. The deer now lies on the ground, injured. However, after a few minutes have passed and they look again, the deer is nowhere to be found. As the scout leader ventures further into the forest, he hears a sound and follows it, only to be attacked by the deer that was previously struck by the young scouts. Although he manages to subdue the deer, the man is not out of danger. When he turns around, he realizes that the scientist, who had been exposed to the zombie virus, is now attacking him. Ben and Carter, two young friends, decide to leave their friend Augie behind in the forest and go to the graduation party of their senior class. When they arrive in the city, even though it's Friday night, they notice that everywhere is empty. Taking advantage of the lack of security at the entrance of the bar, these two young individuals, despite being underage, enter the bar. However, inside the bar, they are attacked by two zombies. Just as Carter is about to be caught by the zombie-turned bodyguard, he is saved by a girl who works at the bar. While Ben, Carter, and Denise try to escape from the bar, their car's tire suddenly bursts. As Ben starts changing the tire, Denise bravely fights off the approaching zombies, attempting to kill them. At that moment, Augie, who went to the scout leader's house to explain the situation and ask why he didn't come to the camp, is attacked by the scout leader. Augie finds the solution to set him on fire to defend himself. The trio, seeking protection from the zombies and seeking help, arrived at the police station only to find it evacuated. With no other option left, they had to take refuge there. However, the only remaining police officer at the station had also turned into a zombie, and they managed to incapacitate him. As the zombies, who could track them by scent, closed in on them, the trio found themselves trapped. They realized that there was only one solution: locking themselves in the holding cell. By doing so, they would be out of reach for the zombies and temporarily safe from their grasp. As Augie approached their car in front of the police station, he guessed that they were there and devised a plan. He turned up the music to attract the attention of the zombies, luring them away while he hid in another location. The zombies followed the sound of the music, clearing the area around the trio. Meanwhile, Carter attempted to retrieve the key to the holding cell, which was hanging on a keychain. However, in the process, Augie accidentally kicked the keychain with his foot, causing it to fall into the drain. Augie tried unsuccessfully to retrieve the keys from the drain, but his attempts were in vain. Determined to find a way out, he resorted to using the pocket knife to pick the lock on the door. Finally, he successfully managed to open the door, and they all started running away together, escaping from the perilous situation. As they were running, a zombie appeared in front of them, ready to attack. However, just in the nick of time, someone with a gun shot the zombie from behind, saving them from the imminent threat. The person who saved them was a soldier, and he urged them to come with him. As they walked together, he informed them that the town had been evacuated, but he had no information about the people at the graduation celebration. As they were checking the location of the party to see if anyone was there, they noticed that the soldier had been injured by the zombies and was turning into one himself. The soldier attacked Denise, but the three scout friends managed to save her from his grasp. In a desperate act of self-defense, one of the scout friends struck the soldier's head against the door, killing him. They listened to the announcement on the radio, which said, "Evacuation has been completed. Commence bombing in 2 hours." However, there was a problem. Ben's sister and her friends were still at the graduation celebration, and they needed to rescue them. Ben suggested that they should go home, thinking that his sister might have written the address of the party in her diary. While searching for the diary, they heard a noise coming from downstairs, prompting Ben and Augie to investigate. They discovered that the house had been invaded by zombies. To escape once again, they came up with an idea. Ben and Augie jumped out of his sister's room window and, thanks to a trampoline, cleared the garden fences, landing in the yard of the neighboring house. In order to leave the area, they entered the closed garage of the neighboring house, where an elderly woman lived, and stole her car. They quickly made their escape, driving away from the scene. Denise went to the safe zone to both send help for her scout friends and ensure her own safety. In the safe zone, she aimed to find individuals who could assist the scouts and also find a way to protect herself. Ben and Augie argued that they wouldn't be able to succeed and that the bombing was imminent, so they wanted to head to the safe zone. However, Carter believed that they were capable of helping others and advocated for staying to assist those in need. Carter managed to convince the others, and they set out on their journey together. As Ben had anticipated, his sister had indeed written the address of the graduation party in her diary. They set off on the right path to reach the designated location. Since the party location was outside the city, there was no cell phone signal, and the density of the zombies was not too high. However, they were getting closer to that area. Finally, they spotted someone in that vicinity. Ben's sister opened the door and was confronted by thousands of zombies. She quickly tried to move away from the area, attempting to escape their relentless pursuit. As Ben's sister was about to be caught by the zombies, the three scout friends arrived at the scene and started fighting the zombies to rescue the people at the party. As Ben tried to rescue his sister, a zombie attacked him, but his friends managed to save him just in time. They evacuated everyone by leading them up the stairs, but to prevent the zombies from following them, they locked the door, inadvertently trapping themselves inside. They made their way to the upstairs gymnasium and closed the door behind them. Augie ignited the fuse of a bomb he had made and quickly escaped from the area. As a result, all the zombies trapped inside were blown up. Finally, Denise and the rescue team arrived, and they safely escorted everyone to the secure zone. The next day, when Kendall and Carter crossed paths in the safe zone, they immediately started kissing. Carter had been in love with Kendall since childhood but had never confessed his feelings until now. Kendall, grateful that Carter had saved her life, accepted his proposal with gratitude and joy.